ailment or an injury that you just can't seem to get rid of? I see this in clinical practice all the time, and it comes around as a result of muscle imbalance. If you've got an imbalance in your body that is throwing your weight bearing in an unusual direction, it could be too far over your toes, it could be off to one side, you will find that those ailments and injuries will struggle to recover. Let me give you a couple of really key examples that I see all the time in clinic. Plantar fasciitis or Achilles tendonitis, they both come about as a result of a very similar possible imbalance in your body. If you've got a pelvic tilt that is anterior, it will throw your weight bearing forward, which will pull on the posterior chain muscles, including your arch, your calves, your glutes, your hammies, all of the above. And it starts to put pressure constantly on these areas. And then we're trying to roll, we're trying to get dry needling and doing all these things to try and relieve the tension. But because the weight bearing issue hasn't been addressed, we end up with these problems taking a lot longer to resolve. And sometimes we resolve them and they end up coming back again 6 months, 12 months down the track. So muscular imbalance is a really key factor to be able to help deal with that. And we've got some tips on how we can help assist with that. And one of the other things that I want to mention when it comes to the muscles not demanding and pulling on our body, which is something that we definitely have as we start to get a little bit older, activities might decrease a little bit, is potential for osteoporosis or osteopenia. Osteopenia is a decrease in bone density from good, strong bone density. Osteoporosis is a significant decrease in bone density. If our muscles aren't demanding all the time on our bones, the body says, well, obviously they're not that important, and it deposits bone density in other areas of your body. If you've got good, strong pull, that's why we talk about doing weight-bearing exercises all the time. If you don't have that pull and that demand on those bones will become weak. And then, of course, we end up with postural imbalances. We end up with falls. And as a result of that, we often see hip fractures and fractures of collarbones and things like that in the aged population because they don't have that demand on their bones to produce and lay down more trabeculae, which makes the bones a lot stronger. So it is really important. If you are suffering from osteopenia or osteoporosis, weight-bearing exercise is absolutely essential. Maintaining good balance front to back and side to side, which we'll talk about in a sec, and also making sure that the body has got the building blocks to be able to repair and replace that trabeculae with good, strong bone. We use Bone Aid Relief Cream for that because we find it is easy to rub directly on the areas that you've got an issue with, areas that haven't been demanded from a muscle pull perspective, to be able to make sure that we demand and place a bunch of the essential elements and minerals, the essential elements, to be able to make sure that your body can take what it needs and then lay down bone, which makes it a whole lot easier than having to extract it from your food. So Bone Aid is a really good way to be able to do that, let alone if you've got an ailment or injury and it's tugging on a particular area like tennis elbow, or you've got a particular spot in the back of your neck that's really sore to touch. Bone Aid is great for being able to reduce pain as well as deal with neuropathy. So when it comes to imbalances, one of the common areas is chest imbalances. So when we've got a strong chest, because everything we do during the day is typing at a computer, chopping up veggies for the kids, mowing your lawns, we're working on our chest muscles all the time. Very rarely do we inadvertently, just for the sake of it, work on the muscles of our back unless we actively train for that by doing things in a gym, using resistance bands and things like that. That sort of rowing action really helps to rectify our posture. So that's probably one of the most common muscle imbalances that I see. Rounded shoulders from a tight chest, pulling the shoulders in that direction. Now let's talk about rotator cuff problems when it comes to this imbalance. Our rotator cuff muscles, there are 4, they all attach to the middle point of your shoulder. They all come from the back of the body and they come around here and attach to this point. If you have got rounded shoulders, those muscles are reaching an extra centimetre, 2 centimetres, maybe even 3 to reach the insertion point that they need to, instead of being back here in a normal position, which then takes pressure off that. So if you're trying to heal a tendonitis problem with supraspinatus, it might be a bursitis problem in that area, or even a tear of supraspinatus. This is going to really be a struggle when your shoulder is being pulled forward like that due to an imbalance with strong, tight chest, weak muscles at the back. So we work on using things like cupping on the chest area to relieve tension, getting in a doorway and stretching to be able to really open up that area, and then working with some resistance bands in a rowing, pulling motion to be able to bring the shoulder blades back to sit where they should be sitting to be able to protect our ribs and also to keep our posture in a perfect upright position. But I'm telling you, over and over again, I get people coming in saying, I've been trying to work on this at home, or I've been trying to work on my rotator cuff issues with a physio, and I'm just not getting the results. And as soon as we rectify this imbalance, disappears just like that. The body is actually really clever. We just have to make sure that these postural imbalances aren't causing issues along the way. And one of the things that I think is really important for you to understand is we create the postural imbalances by doing our daily activities and not thinking about doing the opposite when we get home. I'm a chiro. I spend heaps of time leaning over patients in that rounded shoulder position. So when I get home, if I don't get into the doorway and stretch, or lay on my acupressure pillow down my spine and sort of lay on the floor and in that crucifix position to open up, I end up getting, pins and needles in my arms when I'm sleeping and issues with my shoulders as a result of that postural imbalance. It is super important. I did mention a postural anterior pelvic tilt. That's probably just as common as the rounded shoulders position that I see all the time in clinical practice. What we do there is we need to stretch the hip flexors, which is a lunge position. I don't know whether we're going to be able to see you do that position on the camera there.
Oh, goodness,
but leaning forward, one leg back, one leg forward. And he's got some things in the way. To be able to really stretch this hip flexor on this side, the leg that's back will stretch that hip flexor. You must keep your spine upright when you do this hip flexor stretch, because that muscle, it attaches to the thigh bone, the femur, and it goes all the way up through the pelvis and actually attaches to the front of your lumbar spine. So if you slouch when you do this, you're not getting a good stretch on that. This is particularly tight in people that spend a lot of time sitting. So whether that's sitting in a vehicle because you're delivering things, or sitting in a vehicle if you're a mum and you've got a bunch of kids that you're taking to sport and pick up from school and all the rest of it, or even sitting down at your desk all day, every day, that hip flexor becomes really shortened. And as a result of that, we end up with this anterior pelvic tilt, which throws our weight bearing forward, and then we end up with all these issues at the back of our body. So if you've got trochanteric bursitis, gluteal tendinopathy, Achilles tendonitis, any sort of Sever's disease in kids, Osgood-Schlatter's disease in kids, or plantar fasciitis, which is a really common problem, often comes about as a result of an imbalance in that area. So we need to stretch that muscle, and then we need to work on tightening and strengthening our glutes and work on tightening and strengthening our abdominal muscles. Super important. One of the cheap ways that you can do this, and this often happens in people that have got some significant ailments. If you've got a tear, for example, of your supraspinatus tendon, it would be very difficult to perform the rows and get into that stretch position to be able to assist. So you can actually use the Russian training mode on our 4-in-1 TENS. It will actually build the strength of that muscle, really good for postural imbalances. If you've got an issue with your lower back and you've got a disc problem and it's the result of an excessive curve of your lower back, this anterior pelvic tilt, you can put the TENS pads on the Russian mode onto your glutes and strengthen your glutes, and you can put them on your abs and strengthen your abs to be able to tuck that tail back under, so that when you're standing upright, everything's nice and straight. You're not leaning forward and putting undue pressure on that area. So a couple of solutions there. We cup the muscles that are tight. We strengthen the muscles that are loose by using resistance bands or using something like the Russian training mode on the TENS. It's a really simple and easy way to be able to rectify postural imbalances. But I cannot tell you, often, very often, these postural imbalances are what contributes to ailments and injuries that just don't resolve in the time frame that they really should. So you can be doing all this work at home, you can be using your ultrasound, you can be stretching, you can be going to a practitioner who's doing dry needling and massage, and you're just not getting the result that you deserve. These types of things to rectify the imbalances is a really good tip to be able to make sure that we get to the root cause of the problem so that it doesn't come back and that we get rid of it as effectively as possible. One last thing when it comes to bone density that it would be remiss of me not to mention to you is bone density issues come about obviously as we get a bit older. That is understandable. We worry about sarcopenia, which is muscle decreasing in strength, etc., and bone density issues. But one of the things that is really important to understand if you are female is that once we head into perimenopause and menopause and beyond, we have a big issue with there not being enough estrogen in our body to be able to assist with the density of bone and to assist with the strength of our muscles and even the flexibility and movement and comfort of our joints as well. So if you are going through that stage as well, please don't forget there are some natural products that you can use to be able to help boost your natural estrogen within your body. So there is a product called that's got wild yam in it. It's called Hormotion Lotion. It has got a product that is a phytoestrogen in it. So the diastegenin that comes from wild yam can be converted by your body into estrogen when our ovaries have retired, which is what they do when we go into menopause, and it will allow your body to take what it needs and convert it as it requires it, which is absolutely brilliant when it comes to the density of your bones and your moods and your hot flushes, all of the above, dryness in areas we don't even want to mention. It's a great way to be able to assist with this. So if you've got ongoing ailments and aches and pains all over your body, yes, it could be postural imbalance. We definitely need to look at that, but it could also be a lack of estrogen, and the Hormotion lotion is a brilliant way to be able to naturally allow your body to replenish the estrogen that the ovaries are no longer producing, so that we don't have those aches and pains, and that we can go to bed and not have to play the doona dance. Like, it's terrible.
And you'll smell good.
Oh, you do. It smells amazing. Absolutely brilliant. So if you guys want to check out any of these products, we'll pop the link below. They are on our website, drkezchirolab.com. And we just want to help you in any way that we can be able to recover from an ailment or injury, even prevent ailments or injuries. The reality is postural imbalances can be the leading start and cause of these conditions. Let's try and prevent them from happening by maintaining good, effective posture right from the get-go. So, you know, balancing chest and back and those terrible tight hip flexors is something that we all need to consider so that we can prevent these types of injuries from happening, including terrible disc problems, which happen a lot with postural imbalances in the lower back. So check out our website. Thanks for having us on your therapeutic journey. Everybody, what's a CHIRO?
CHIRO? That's what you said. I never noticed. CHIRO.
Right.
It's the double degree version.
Very crooked.